Back, Skyfox looking at just the utter destruction from these wildfires here in Southern California. So many of you out there have so many questions about insurance, and once the smoke clears, this is going to be what's on top of mind for so many victims of these wildfires. Insurance issues related to the LA fires might be top of mind for victims. So let's bring in insurance expert and host of Insurance Hour, Karl Susman. Karl, Insurance Hour, you are the insurance man of the foreseeable future. There are so many people who are interested in issues like this. Welcome to the program. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate being here.
The first question I have for you is if somebody does lose their home or their business, and so many of the people out there who are watching have done this, what's the very first step that they can take, because it can get so overwhelming?
Well, the first thing to do, and I tell everybody this, is stop and take a deep breath and exhale, because as horrible as this is, and this is horrible, I'm personally evacuated from my home as we speak. What's most important is our loved ones and our bodies and ourselves. And so be happy that you are safe. Be sure you are somewhere safe. The stuff that we left behind, and if the worst has happened and you've lost it, this is what insurance is for. This is why you purchase it. This is why you've been paying for it. And now it's time for the carriers to step up and do what they need to do. The first thing you want to do is take a deep breath. After that, get ready to file your claim. We're telling everyone that you really want to get the claim filed sooner than later, even if you don't have 100% confirmation of what it is that's happened. Maybe you've been evacuated, you're not 100% sure. Is your home there? Is it not there? Which is just the worst feeling. But start the process now. It's sort of like going to the bakery and you take the number. You want to get in line. You want to get your claim started so that when the process can begin, you'll be able to already be in line, and you'll already be in a position where you can be assigned a claims adjuster, and you can start things moving forward from there.
And how much, can people reasonably expect to get from their insurance company after they do file a claim?
Well, depending on the policy they have, some companies work in one way where they're going to ask for a lot of information. They're going to ask you to make lists of things that were damaged, lost, what did you have? Other carriers, it might be as simple as you're going to ask for policy limits because the house is gone. You don't have to go through line by line and do that. One thing to be aware of is a lot of these losses will be with the California Fair Plan Association, and they have a very specific script that they have to go through, and I know it can be frustrating. I've been on probably 30 or 40 calls with clients this week, and they'll ask you, was any personal property damaged? And of course you want to scream because you just told them the house is gone, but they have to ask, and they're going to ask you, do you know the cause of the fire? And you want to pull out the rest of your hair. Just, again, a little bit of grace, a little bit of patience, because they're going to be going through this with literally hundreds of people. So just be prepared to be asked the same types of questions over and over again. And again, if you have a total loss, then you should be anticipating being able to get the limits that are within your policy.
You talked about grace just a moment ago, and some people are saying this could be the final straw in fire insurance coverage in Southern California. Already before this, State Farm dropped 70% of its policies in the Palisades alone. That's more than any other zip code in the state, because they knew that this area is considered high risk. What are people to do here?
Well, I think that was actually a bit of luck for consumers, as it turns out, because as we know, State Farm is having some serious financial problems. They've actually filed with the Department of Insurance for emergency rate increases because they are claiming they don't have enough money right now to pay their claims. So if they were on the hook for all of those clients in the Palisades, the likelihood of them being able to pay those claims are pretty low. So those people, as frustrated as they were, they are with other insurance companies, and they're in a position where they can likely get those claims handled and get them paid. As far as what we should be expecting at this point, fortunately, all of these new regulations that the Department of Insurance has been talking about since September of 2023, if you can believe it, finally became law in December. So what I think is going to happen is now the industry, instead of being in a position where they're saying, oh, we're just done, this is just ridiculous, there's no coming back from this, I think because of the new regulations that are in place, there is a path forward. So I think what we're going to see is the industry stepping up and paying some really, really big bills, and then based on these new guidelines, they're going to be reshuffling how they underwrite, how they price, how they discount, all those sorts of things. And areas that are higher risk for fire, are going to be higher premiums to pay, and areas that are lower risk for fire are going to be less expensive.
If you're